It's Wednesday, my dudes, and tonight we welcome one of the most talented toy photographers, stop motion creators, and all around good dude. He is the man we call Plasticaction. He's turned his passion into a career working with some of the biggest brands out there. His latest work with State Farm was featured during the Super Bowl and had everybody saying, like a good neighbor.
It's neighbor.
That's what I said, neighbor.
No. Burr. Neighbor.
Oh, just cue the intro. No, God damn it. I like that you were just the voice of God there and didn't actually show up on screen. That was funny.
Yeah.
It is Wednesday, my dudes, and welcome to episode 60 of Between Two Sentinels. Who thought we'd be here, huh? Not me. Certainly not me. I thought we were done after 5 or 6. So
5 or 6.
yeah, I don't know, but hey, here we are, episode 60. And if you're wondering how we've been on this long, it's all your fault. You guys keep tuning in, and we keep making this stuff happen. I, of course, am the one we call J-Shot. The one we call J-Shot? 60 episodes we've been doing this. I can't get the intro right. And here's the man who's perfect at everything. Machu Toy. What's going on,
I'm
Machu?
not perfect at everything.
Close enough.
I'm not a musician.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. We finally found your flaw. What's new and exciting?
Nothing really. Got some figures in. Well,
Yeah.
This one I've been waiting for a long time.
Which one? We'll go here.
The Figma Guyver.
Oh, I never really got into Guyver.
My sister.
You've been showing. I was gonna say you've been showing him off in the chat. He moves pretty well, huh?
Yeah, he moves really well. And I'm not big into Figma figures, and I'm really impressed with this one.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, and then the Spider-Man, the Mezco Spider-Man you gave me, and I Frankensteined. That's
so it's a different body. You moved the suit around.
Yeah,
I mean, it's basically a different figure at this point.
I used the amazing Yamaguchi body and the boots.
Right.
The Mezco boots I turned into his gloves to cover his sleeves. So, yeah.
And it's a Henrock head sculpt, right?
And it's a Henrock head sculpt, one of 4 that I got from him.
That's what I mean. It's basically a completely different figure at this point.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
anything new with you?
Trying to think. I got some like gear pieces, got some like things to hang off of a C-stand and stuff to kind of help with lighting. But I don't think any like figures came in this week, which is kind of surprising. So
I also got a new light too.
Oh yeah. What's is that? That's from Ulanzi, right?
No, this is a Zion.
Not even close, John. Not even close.
Kinda. I mean, kind of close. It's a Zion light M20. The M20C, because the M20 is the bicolor light, so it is only white, and it's yellow or blue.
Okay.
This one is RGB, but it does kind of work like a lot of what you would call it, Ulanzi's. It's just a little bit bigger and a little more powerful. Like,
is it like plug in or charge? What does it got?
You charge it, but it also has a huge fan in the back, and I'm blinding myself. But it only kicks in when it's hot.
Oh,
yeah, and has like the magnetic accessories.
Nice.
Right. Honeycomb.
Barn doors, honeycomb.
Diffuser. Pretty cool.
Nice. How was it price point wise? Oh, okay.
I mean, not that bad. I mean, it's pricier than one of these Falconized lights that we like.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. These are about like about 100, maybe less than 100 for this version, right? Yeah. And if you get it on sale, it's probably like 80. You could even get it for 70. But whenever I see it's on sale, I always say like, "Hey, we got to pick more up."
Catch it on Amazon, right? So
yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
Cool. You got anything coming in this week that you're waiting on?
Yamaguchi Thor.
Oh.
That should supposed to arrive Friday, but
Does that round out the big, like the top?
the big three?
The
big three?
Yeah, big three. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have Iron Man, Cap, and
Nice.
Iron Man and Cap. I wish there was different versions of Iron Man and Cap, but yeah.
Different version, like style wise?
Style wise, yeah.
Okay.
Because the Cap is more of like an ultimate Captain America, and then Iron Man is more of like a bleeding edge armor, which is more classic.
Got it. Yeah. I'm sure they'll release it in a couple weeks or months. So
yeah.
There's always new stuff coming out. Let's see what's going on with the chat here. Let's see. We got Red Dog 5 is here saying good evening, Sentinels. I think that's how we would say
I like it.
Yeah, Sentinels? All right. We'll take it. He's also saying hello to Jax AKA. We got Wade Create saying, what's up, fellas? No Chewing is here saying, what's going on? Don't forget, you've got No Chewing, Toy Father, and Yimbo reviews everything with the TPC top 10 starting at
8:45.
So be sure to check them out on the replay.
I finally got to play some games with Toy Father today.
Oh yeah, you guys have been talking about this new game going on there.
Yeah, Helldivers 2.
What is it? Is it like a Halo type of thing, or?
It's an action game, like a team-based shooter.
Like a Fortnite? I don't know. If that's what kids.
Not like a Fortnite, but like I can't. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it to you.
Me, who does not play video games outside of Spider-Man. Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out as we go. Paul Morales is here saying hello, everybody. Toy Rensu hits us with the
Supnoids.
Let's see. We also got Melly Mossy's here saying, hey, y'all. The Toy Mayor's here saying, what up, people? Smash that like. Yes, please. Be sure to like, share. I don't know what else can you do. Like, share,
subscribe,
review, comment. I don't know. All that fun stuff. We're so bad at saying that things. Who else? Disavow is here saying, what's going on? ZoloCon weekend. That is right. We got ZoloCon this weekend. I, unfortunately, am going to have to sit out. I've apparently committed to family things that I'm very disappointed in myself for. We got Plasticaction checking in from backstage saying, let me in. No, what's good? And let's up. We got Man Beast Boys here. Saying hot diggity. Cal the Collector saying, what's up, guys? Mezco Spidey looks great.
Thank you.
Yanni saying, sup, fam? Been loving the Helldivers 2 streams. All right, There you go. I think that's everybody. Man Beast Boy says less than a fortnight.
Yeah, there's a lot in Fortnite, so a lot going on.
A lot going on?
Yeah.
All right. As we mentioned, be sure to hit that like button. And if you have questions for Jax, who's going to be on in just a second, be sure to comment. And as always, there is that super hat option. Never expected, but always appreciated. Or you could just send me a DM like Steve Morrow did. So I've got a question all queued up, ready to go, specifically from him. Oh, dude, apparently I missed Toy Addict saying, Wepa, hello from me and Odious. That's right. He got his plushie Odious arrived today. And KJ Smith saying, sup, peeps. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yanni saying it's like Starship Troopers. Yes, it is very much like Starship Troopers.
In the sense that you're killing giant bugs, or in the sense that Neil Patrick Harris is in it?
Oh man, if Neil Patrick Harris was in it, that would be even a bigger win. But the sense that you're killing bugs, and it also has some elements with the like Terminator, because you're also going against robots.
Bugs and robots.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
Sounds like the bingo card for 2024. We'll see. Or maybe not. Anyway, no easy segue here. So let's just bring in Jax. What up, dude?
Hey.
What's
going on? How you guys been?
Good.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So it's been a while. We were together sharing a house. Not a bed, but a house. At DesignerCon in, God, that feels like it was months ago, but it was only December.
Yeah.
So,
which is months ago.
Yeah, but not too far. It's only like a month and a half, really. So.
It's good times, though. Good times.
Yeah. No, it was really cool. And Red Dog, who's in the chat, was there. Of course,
Red Dog was there.
Jason Work more or less was
Mhm.
there. And I will say one of the coolest things about kind of just getting a chance to hang with you guys was when we were just like sitting around the kitchen table and I was just watching you guys like pose, and Jason was doing this like lighting thing with his phone just to see how the shadows were cast. It felt like I
Yeah,
was
man.
sitting in on the masters at work.
It was a great time. Just talking shop and playing with toys, man.
Yeah.
Always a good
Just
time.
a bunch of grown men playing with toys. That's all.
That's
it is,
right.
So.
I definitely missed out on that, but I got to witness a little bit of it the last night you guys were there.
That's
You
right.
came over hung out. We had those crazy rules though. There was that neighbor that kept hawking us down. So.
Oh yeah, that was creepy.
What?
So
no,
weird.
no playing with toys. What?
Oh, we couldn't
the
make
rules?
noise. Couldn't go outside.
Yeah, there was like a curfew. After 10 o'clock, you couldn't hang out in the balcony and talk. Like, okay. Well, the thing was, it was like a condo, shared wall too. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, those are kind of the negatives of Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Or a hotel, you can just trash the crap out of it if you want to.
True.
Right?
Glue the furniture to the ceiling. Yeah. Oh.
That's what we're gonna do for San Diego. I mean, what?
What? Who said that?
Huh?
Who said that? We're getting our deposit back. We'll be fine. So.
I
It's not-
Red Dog's
we're-
on that, by the way.
the
I need to
deposit's
check
on your
that.
card.
It's true. That's true. Red Dog says no noise. Period. Yeah, it was intense.
Wow.
It was funny. But yeah, dude. What we mentioned. We casually mentioned your latest collab or work with clients. What have you been up to, dude? What have you been working on?
Man, ever since State Farm, I've been just kind of drafting some future projects. I don't want to say too much, but I have a stop motion that I'm going to collaborate with Earthlings on, and she's going to create the set for me. I found some custom head sculpts that I sent over to a painter to have painted. Yeah, I think that's as far as I'm going to go with that. As far as like telling you guys, because I like the element of surprise, you know? I don't want to give away too much. But super excited. It's going to be the longest stop motion I've ever made, which is like a minute. I don't think I've done anything over 30 seconds. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a long project, probably like 2 months.
How do you stay dedicated to something for 2 months like that? Like what's the key? I always find like if I got to work on a shot for that long, it's really got to mean something, or I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I could do that.
Well, there's a paycheck involved there.
Well, he said it was a personal project.
No, it's a personal project.
Oh,
yeah,
so
okay.
See?
It's a passion project, and I'm just really excited about it, man. It's one of these concepts that I've had in my head for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off, but so I just I put it off, came back to it, and then I talked to Earthlings about it, told her my idea, and she's like, oh, I'm in on this, and so she's gonna build. Shout out to Earthlings, by the way, who's an incredible diorama miniature artist.
Yeah,
make sure you guys follow her. Yeah, she's dope.
So
she was also in Best in Miniature, right, or one of those shows.
Yeah, season 2. She was the runner-up for first place.
Wow.
I'm gonna see if I can find the Instagram here. Let me pull it up real quick.
So how did you connect with Earthlings?
I found her, I believe it was on Mr. Joe Beasy. I don't know if you guys, I think you guys had him on before, right?
No. Kevin had him on.
Kevin had him on. Yeah. He posted something that she made for him, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. So I dove into her Instagram and was just like blown away. And so I just DM'd her and I was like, hey, I might have some like paid projects, client work, and wanted to see if you'd want to be a part of it. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. So the first piece she made for me, I believe, was, what was it for? It was from Moose Toys. I did a stop motion for Moose Toys. And what was the property again? I don't remember the property. That I look bad right now.
It was wasn't it Space Jam? Was it the Space Jam toys?
No, it was the one after that. It was
okay.
it was nothing I would ever collect, so that's why I forgot about it. It's truly like a kid's toy. They have like big heads. They're just like 2 points of articulation. No, 3 points of articulation. Anyway, she made like a creepy basement for that because it was like a spooky theme, these figures.
Mhm.
And she killed it, like killed that piece. I've used it in quite a few shots actually. But yeah, she's awesome. You guys, yeah, there she is right there. She also made that that Christmas theme set.
Oh yeah.
That one. She built that for me. I did something with Hype Beast, and she was all in on that. She killed that set too. That's
awesome.
gonna be that'll be my yearly Christmas diorama. I think I'm definitely gonna use that again. She built that. Man, everything here pretty much is so that
Doctor.
scroll up a little bit. The a little bit more. Well, the one with the car she made too. That was for Xbox.
Oh wow,
Is that
that's
for Forza?
Yeah, it was for Forza.
Oh wow, look at that.
She built that, killed that project.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it really speaks volumes when you said Xbox, and like the thing that I was like, oh, that's got to be for Forza, right? Like the background, the backdrop, and the way the cars look. It looks like it's for that game.
Yeah.
That's super dope. Yeah, thing is massive too. I barely fit on my tables. If you scroll a little bit higher, so the RV, the Breaking Bad RV I did, she made that from scratch.
Oh.
That's from scratch. It's not like a base and then
she built
onto
that
it
from scratch. Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
She builds it from scratch, and then it's interesting that it just adds to the shot, right? It's not even the main feature of the shot.
Yeah, and then there's the inside. That's the inside of it. Yeah. And those are NECA, like 7-inch scale.
Yeah,
so the thing's pretty large.
It's a large table.
Yeah,
it is.
That was gonna be one of my questions. How do you fit everything? Where do you and is this a projection or is this TV?
That's a projector. Yeah, that's close to about 100-inch. It's like 93, 94 inch.
Oh, that's crazy. Look at that. Whew.
Now, is there a difference between working with projector and working with something like a TV?
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's the same because they both emit light.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely
one is backlit while the other one is bouncing off the light.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. I don't think you can get as detailed. Like the background can't be like 100% focused in because you'll see like the imperfections. Whereas if you have a 4K TV, it would still look nice.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the image is high resolution.
Right.
It does. I do feel like the projector might offer a little bit more realism, right? Because it's a little bit grainier than the screen would be.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, because like when I'm shooting on a digirama, when I'm using my TV, I have to use a polarizing filter so I can control the light that's coming from the TV. Right. So do you have to use anything like that for when you're using a projector?
I don't.
Okay, so that's one benefit of using a projector.
But then I've done a TV before. I've never used a polarizer either. So
what, you mess with the settings on the TV, or do you try to?
I usually just adjust the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, the camera or the lighting to kind of balance out. Because if you have too much lighting, like too much artificial lighting, and not enough lighting coming out of the TV or the projector, it's going to be the back's going to be like too dark.
Right.
You won't be able to see.
Your lights are going to overpower
the
image that you're trying to capture.
Exactly.
So actually got two questions, and I want to talk about one. When you go into something like this for the stop motion, right?
Mhm.
Where do you start? How do you start? Do you lay it out with boards? Do you act it out? Where do you go?
Oh, well, it starts with the idea first. So what's the concept going to be? What's the story going to be? And then it's sourcing out what I need physically to make it happen. So what
Okay.
figures do I need to get? Um, what sets do I need? Stuff like that. And then you got to look for reference video to
Okay.
basically see how I'm going to animate it and how long it's going to be. You know, so
Yeah.
I either create my own reference video. So if I need to like run, I'll run, or
Mhm.
do some kind of crazy pose.
Yeah.
I'll do that. But usually I'll find, like, for the basketball one, it's a lot easier because you have amazing athletes
Right.
that do these crazy ass moves, and I just pull it off the internet, and that'll be like my reference video.
Okay.
So I'll stitch all
Got it.
that together. And then as I'm animating, that's going to be like in the corner. And I use that as a reference as I'm animating.
Got it.
So
Okay.
frame by
So
frame, I'm
you
like posing and looking at the reference.
so for the basketball stuff, you don't recreate it yourself. You know,
I mean, I
because you said when it
could.
was easier, I'm like, I have this talent that like luckily I can play ball.
Yeah,
That's what I thought
yeah.
you
I
were saying.
mean, I can definitely dunk on
Yeah.
a little 4 feet
On
kids
the little
lift,
tykes?
the
Yeah.
little tykes.
Hey man,
uh,
Filipinos can ball.
we can. um, yeah, I can't ball anymore though. Honestly, like I'm old,
Yeah,
dude.
my knees hurt.
I my vertical is like half an inch at the most on a good day. So yeah,
On a
there's
good
that.
day at 70 degrees when the wind is at south by southeast. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
So you mentioned Moose Toys, and when I was doing my research, you said that you had done one stop motion in 2019, and you actually weren't a fan of it until Moose Toys reached out and kind of
Yeah,
had you jump into one. Was that one of your first paid gigs?
for stop motion, yes. Yeah, so yeah, the I did one stop motion. I think it was in 2019 or 2018, and it was the Zangief posterizing Guile, and I hated it, dude. Like, it was like the worst experience. It was actually fun seeing it come alive, but like the editing process was just like, oh man, this sucks. Took me like 3 weeks to edit that thing. Took me a day to shoot it. I didn't know what I was doing. So, you know, I when Moose Toys reached out to me, they were like, "We love this is their exact words. We love your stop motion videos." And I'm thinking, videos? I've only done one. That's the recreation when I was
Right.
actually
Yeah.
good. But when they reached out, I'm like, I think they had me confused for like somebody else, like maybe Sampler Times, because that first one was like super rough. And so I asked them like specifically, what video are you referring to? And they sent me a link, and it was that first video. I'm
Oh,
like, these guys are seriously considering me for this job. And of course, I was just like, all right, let's do this. And I was like so freaking nervous. Like, dude, I'm gonna have to like show up for this. So I reached out to Sampler Times and Johnny McCone, who do professional work, and was like, dude, I need tips like ASAP. And they gave me like the best tips, and so I was able to do like 2 practice runs before I hit the Space Jam project,
okay.
and uh, it was like night and day. It was night, and it still wasn't polished by the time I got to Space Jam, but it was like much improved. And those Space Jam figures were not very good. I mean, they were meant for kids, and they don't have a ton of articulation. So I think that was to my advantage because I didn't really have to like pull off super realistic moves because they were limited by their
Yeah.
5 or 7 points of articulation, I believe.
Oof. Did you find though that kind of after you were to some degree, right, you were forced to do it? Did you find after that you fell in love with it, or it was just still a thing that you didn't want to really do unless you had to?
The love wasn't there yet, but I started to like it more because I got better, and then I learned. And Jason worked more or less. I reached out to him too, and I was like, dude, how do I remove all the rigs, the stands, the supports. And so we got on like a Zoom call, and he opened After Effects and was like, this is how you do it. And thanks to Jason, it was like made my life. I mean, it's still like frame by frame really difficult to like go and edit. Not difficult, but it's just like super tedious and time consuming.
Yeah.
But it was a lifesaver because I was doing this in Photoshop. Like the first one I did, I was doing it in Photoshop. I don't even know how I did it. I think I was using like clone stand. I wasn't using like
the clone tool and just using masks.
Yeah. It was terrible. So Jason saved me with After Effects. Literally a crash course in like 2 hours. So
that's awesome. Yeah, you hated it. It was tedious, and here you are saying you're going to make a minute-long piece now for a passion project.
Yeah, go figure.
Come along.
Yeah, it took me a while. I would say it took me like a year to start really appreciating it, like the entire process of it. But it's very hard. Like it's hard to put down. Like when I start, I know it's like when I start working on a stop motion, like I'm in the studio for like 8 to 10 hours, and it's just like I'm just on. It's hard to.
Nothing can like really distract you, right? Like you're in the zone.
In the zone, and it's hard. It's hard to, especially in the middle of a take. You don't want to put it down because, like, I'm in California. What if a freaking earthquake happens? I'm screwed, dude. I just lost everything.
Yeah. Change the camera angle.
That's true. That's very true.
That's the trick.
It's very true.
That's the cut. That's the cut right there.
So when you had started doing the stop motion for Moose Toys, you had already kind of kicked off toy photography. I think what is the 2016 you discovered it kind of a little bit, or really got into it
8 years ago, January 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you say you've learned the most from where you started to where you are now, besides loving stop motion?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think artificial lighting is where I've grown the most, because I was already in photography at the time when I started Plasticaction. Right. So I knew my way around the camera, but I never like dove into like studio lighting. So that was completely new to me. That was my first like studio light was a flashlight. And now, I have all kinds of lights that I use, but yeah, I would definitely say like learning lighting in studio has been like my biggest growth.
Would you say, because I know like Matt is really focused on lighting, right? There's certainly a really something he takes his time on and really perfects. Is lighting more important than posing, or is there something that you find really is more important for you than anything else?
I don't know if that's tough, because like story, concept, and idea is like number one, I think.
Okay.
And then posing and lighting kind of like play off each other, because you can have a really dope pose, but your lighting sucks. Then you can't really see the pose, right? Like,
that's fair.
And if
you can have a stoic pose and just have really awesome lighting and still, achieve something.
That's very true. That's true.
Like look, like Mr. Lee, he has like a lot of like just like stoic posed figures, and it's just really awesome lighting in his shots that really sell the photo.
Yeah, I agree. But I think that is really good posing.
But that too. Yeah.
I think
like nuances.
Exactly. It's like nuance. But if you're doing a run pose and like you have your right knee up and then you have your right arm going up too, that's nobody runs like that. You just killed. You can have the really awesome lighting compositions, perfect. But if you have like that funny run pose, and that shot's dead.
That's what
You know?
everyone's going to focus on. Cal the Collector asks, any tips for lighting and YouTube video recommendations?
Oh, no, I don't have any YouTube recommendations. Lighting, what I use is, man, I have so many lights, but the current ones that I use is by GVM, and
Are they the light panels, like the LED panels?
I have those, but currently they're like, they have one. I have, but they
Because I have
capture these.
GVMs up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're like more of the spotlights.
Yeah. The actual like studio lights. I have 2 here.
Yeah, and the one is like 650 watt. I mean, that one's like super powerful, and then I have a couple of 300 watts that are dual sided. One is like temperature, and the other side is RGB, which is really cool. And they're both 300 watts each side, so it's pretty awesome. I would definitely recommend those if you're into like RGB.
Yeah.
And you use softbox, right? Like I feel like I always see there's probably your main light that's always got the big softbox around.
It depends. Yeah, if I do have a softbox, so if it's the overhead lighting, I usually will use a softbox for that. If it's a backlight that I want really strong, it's just straight up boom, just hit
Harsh light.
the harsh light. Yeah.
Team and Team 1987 checking in saying, I just reshoot everything because the poses were just butt missed. Okay. But glad I do because I love the shot now. Let's saying hi to Jax, myself, and Machu. I am Williams is here. 88 Figs is here. I know that I think I saw Henrock check in before. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Henrock checked in. Trevor was in here.
Trevor's here for a bit.
So RMD was asking if you guys were
you
hooping.
You hooping?
Who, me? No, not.
Yeah.
I'm retired, dude.
You retired?
Dude, last SDCC was the last attempt.
The last shot.
Yeah.
But nobody
that
actually. Nobody went to go play.
Nobody wants to play.
The last dance.
That was the last dance.
All right. The last dance. There's no real even segue to go from there, but so I did want to ask. So the State Farm piece, right, that you did for, I guess, for Super Bowl or in conjunction with Super Bowl. How did that? I mean, man, how did that come about? Like, I'm always curious to hear the backstory about how you land a gig like this, and you know how other people are as clients, type of things.
They just reached out. They reached out via email, and we had a meeting, and they were like, "This is the concept," and I was like, "I am all in." It was very simple as that. It was like that we have Arnold in our Super Bowl commercial, and we want to portray him as a superhero. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. There's some head sculpts out there, and a bunch of blank bodies, and there's GP slot that has all the soft goods, and I got head sculpt on eBay, hit up GP slot, I got some soft goods, and that was it. And I used that incredible brownstone diorama from Oilers, and that thing has seen a lot of client projects so far.
It's a solid piece.
It is solid. Man, that thing is awesome. That really thing has been in. I think about it now. Foot Locker, this State Farm, and TMNT project that I did recently. That thing has been in mileage.
That's. I mean, it's good, right? You get a piece like this that you could keep reusing. It makes it worth having around.
Pay for itself.
Yeah, for sure. So, although Jordan's probably like, damn, I should have charged him more.
Are you using a probe lens on that one? On that shot?
I am. That thing is I bought that thing specifically for BTS video because I've seen in a lot of like miniature artists when they shoot their BTS, they like go through like these real narrow spaces with this thing. I was like, oh, I gotta get that for my BTS. And then I saw Johnny Sergeant Bananas shooting with it, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna try shooting with it. And man, that thing, it's you can just get it in these spaces that
Oh yeah.
a camera can never get into. So super awesome.
Yeah.
Is that that's
okay.
not the periscope one? That's the regular one, or is that the
What do you
periscope
mean?
one? Because Johnny has the periscope
Johnny's-
one where it's like it actually acts like a periscope, so you can move it and then turn the lens, so that way it's not just a dead-on shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I do not have the periscope one then.
Yeah, because I was thinking about trading mine in, and then buying the one with the periscope because I feel like that has a
Ooh.
lot of uses.
Yeah.
So
Give me
it
some-
can like tilt like your perspective internally. Is that what that does?
I guess it uses
Per-
mirrors like in a
Uh-huh.
periscope, so that way you can change the angle of, so you can get the camera in a tighter spot and then turn it so that way you can view it like from a different angle.
Oh, that's crazy. Man,
Yes,
if I had known
you
that,
put
I would have
put
got
the
that.
pro on the floor and then turn it up, and you're actually shooting up, type of thing.
Okay.
So
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't tell me that, because now I'm gonna look into it and probably buy it.
what? So just out of curiosity, and just in looking at this reel over and over again, why the 2-camera setup?
Oh, the other camera was for behind the scenes. So
gotcha.
one was for the actual shot, and then the other one is to capture video.
Wait. But you're using another camera for behind the scenes.
Yeah.
because you clearly see that behind the scenes camera on this camera. So how many behind the scenes cameras do you have?
Third camera.
That's very true. Yeah, I have my iPhone, which is what you see here.
Yeah.
That's the footage from the iPhone, and then what you see on the actual post is from the camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. Did were there any
footage right there?
Okay, got like this one. Okay, got it.
Exactly.
Did they kind of just let you go wild, or they give you any guidelines, or?
Yeah, they let me go wild on this one.
Nice.
To a certain point, obviously had to go through approval, but they're like, hey, we love your creativity, and let's just see what you come up with. And so I drafted out concepts, and usually what I'll do is I'll take like shots, like test shots, as like conceptual shots. Not an artist, so I can't really draw like concept art. So I take, shots, and I sent them, these three concepts. And that specific one with the puppy, they're like, I don't know if we can approve this because this is actually in the commercial. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But
Makes it better. Yeah.
Exactly. But I guess they were thinking, it could be a spoiler or whatever, but they ended up approving it. So I thought that was kind of nuts, though, that we had the same concept, like him running out of a burning house carrying dogs.
I still can't believe you set that Oilers dial on fire.
I know.
Shoot it
right?
quick. You only get one shot.
One
Make it
shot.
quick. Make
That's
it
why he
quick.
had
I
so
got
many
my
cameras.
money's worth. It's fine.
Oh, he's got all the cameras because he's only got one shot.
Yeah.
Red Dog wants to know: is there any clients that are on your bucket list to work with?
Ooh, that's a great question. Definitely the NBA and the Lakers. Those are the two. Those are the two on my list, man. And, I've had a meeting with the NBA, so I got really close, but the timing didn't work out. So it's like the possibility is there. So I'm excited of the potential that might work out. But cricket's on the Lakers, but yeah, I would love to work for the Lakers specifically because that's my team, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys
It's
notice
in your
my background?
Did
you guys
that's
notice
the first
that
thing I noticed.
I'm between two hoops?
Oh, wait, are you starting a new show? Not on
Uh-oh.
Wednesdays, right?
Please not on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh. Here we go again.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I noticed. Is like also like the light on the wall kind of just like separates you from the background too. So that definitely helps.
This little light panel. It was like $30 on Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen these before, but super dope.
Yeah, so NBA is your dream, but you had this pretty awesome opportunity with, again, there's a lot going on here around football, to work with Disney and Pixar and ESPN.
Yeah, man.
This was so much fun, and there's just so much in the scene that's so good.
That was so fun to create. Like that was my living room for a month. And I have 3 dogs, so it was kind of like chaotic.
Oh my god.
It was chaotic. I think I don't know if I ever posted it, but I took some behind the scenes of like me before I go to bed, and I would like put all kinds of furniture surrounding like the scene, so my dogs don't
Don't
they're
get to
pretty
it.
good dogs. Like they won't like chew and destroy the toys, but they just step on stuff. So yeah, so I gotta post that behind the scenes because it's pretty hilarious. There's all kinds of furniture like surrounding that. But yeah, that was such a fun project to be a part of because like it's something that I would do already. Like this is like my thing, this is my style. But it was their concept, and I was just like, man, this is brilliant. This is really brilliant.
What would you say is a project that you've done for a client or even yourself, maybe, that's challenged you the most?
It's a good question.
Killing it tonight.
You are, man. Challenging. Stop motion's always a challenging project. I think I'm gonna have to think about that for a second, man, because I don't know. I don't really know what's. They all have been like the cool thing about client work is they get you out of your comfort zone, because a lot of the times it would be something that you would never create, because it's usually like their idea and using like their property. So that makes me think. Yeah, so that makes me think that project I did with Moose Toys, and it's bugging me. I'm just gonna look at my phone and I'll tell you what the property is.
What about
we'll be right back.
Yeah, hey. Tonight our sponsor is. What were you gonna say, Matt?
Didn't you work with the WWE?
Did you do a spot for them? I did for WrestleMania in like 2022. 2022. Yeah.
It was Roman and Brock, right?
Yes. That was pretty challenging.
That looked like it was a challenge, because like I remember seeing that and I was like, this mother, I was just like, he got to work with my dream like one of my dream companies, right?
Yeah.
But you did a great job. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Again, that was their idea too. Like that was such a brilliant concept. They're like, hey, because I pitched them my idea and I forgot what it was, but then they're like, I think we want to go with like a Godzilla versus Kong theme. I'm like,
and it could still hold for today too. In today's
exactly. And I didn't know that they were like open to that. So it's really that's fun.
I pulled it up on your website, but the audio is blowing out. So I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick on your Instagram.
I got it on YouTube.
Oh, you do that too.
Where is that other project?
Let's see what we can find first. Sheesh. Scrolling.
Oh, there it is. Treasure X.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that was challenging. They had like they had articulation points at the hips to like move the legs. There's no knee joints, no foot joints. They had the shoulder joints for arm movement, and then the head. And it was fun. It was fun to bring that to life. But it was super hard. It's like I don't know how I'm gonna bring these alive. And plus, that was like probably my 5th stop motion project ever. So
sometimes it's just it's the push you need, right, to break out and do what you gotta do. Do you? So I'm not even sure about this. I know that like we talked a little bit, but do you actually collect too, or is it just what you need for what you're shooting?
Yeah, I was never into like toys and collecting until I started photography, and it was from there. It was just
Wow.
like, yeah, it was like a wildfire. It just can't stop now. It's an addiction.
What's your biggest line that you collect?
Property or just company?
Either, both.
I'm looking at my storage right now. I have definitely Star Wars. Star Wars is number one.
Okay.
Marvel's number two. I would say company wise, SH Figure Arts is up there, but also Black Series and Marvel Legends, and NECA. Because man, I love NECA.
I have a love hate relationship. I don't love the money I spend on them, but you know. So.
Well,
When
it's
you
an
do-
investment for
okay.
me, so
No, that's true. That's a good point. That's
what
really,
I always
really
say.
good,
it's an investment towards the company, and
really good point.
that's how I look at it.
Are those buildings from iPop Designs?
Yes, so those are iPop design build. Tracy built that AT&T center in like 2
That's
weeks.
crazy.
She
Wow.
killed that. Yeah, and like all the mini trees and yeah, she killed that.
It was like, wait a second,
And
I own some of those buildings.
those buildings are so dope.
They are good.
Yeah, she built that sign, that WrestleMania sign.
And like
Okay.
even the moving parts is like the little cars in the background too. That's what I was like, oh, you
Yeah,
put so much into it.
That was fun. I didn't even know they had that scale car, but they, those I forget what they call it. I think it's N as in Nancy scale, but it's like for train sets and stuff.
Mhm.
So they're expensive, man. Like
Yeah.
one little car is probably like $3-4.
Yeah, for a
And
little tiny car like that.
for a little tiny car, but
Yeah.
they're pretty cool.
So
That's
I know that
crazy.
you mentioned that you keep the like you've kept the Oilers piece, right? Do you keep a lot of the sets that you've worked with just in case, or is storage kind of a factor?
Yeah, storage is a huge problem because I keep it all. I keep it. The only set that I didn't keep was the one I did for Cobra Kai and
Okay.
TMNT. That little collaboration with Playmates. They wanted like the All Valley tournament, but everything else I've kept. And the room where I used to have my toys in is now a diorama, and it's just chaotic. It's like fire hazard.
And it's just
I know-
diorama
I know what you
holding.
mean.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's hard to even walk in there. OSHA would be like, dude, you have a problem here.
What's OSHA doing at your house anyway? Let's start there. Macho, looks like you're pulling something up. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking.
You're just digging? Yeah, all right.
Just digging.
So I got this. Steve Morrow had messaged us earlier and said, when do you prefer to use 1/6 versus 1/12, and what are the deciding factors for which way you lean on that?
I'm mostly 1/12 scale. The only time I will shoot 1/6 is usually if it's NBA, because Enter Bay is mostly 1/6 scale.
Okay.
Yeah, there's really not a deciding factor. The deciding factor is really character specific. So if I need like Michael Jordan playing Prince, then those are the only two guys I have that are they're 1/6 scale. So
It's pretty good figures to have if they're going to be the only ones. It's a good set to start with.
Yeah, that Prince figure is pretty cool, but it's the articulation is super limited because of the soft goods. I should say they're semi soft goods. It's like kind of hard because of all the stuff it has on it. But
plasticky.
Yeah. If you're a Prince fan, you got to grab that figure though.
I'm trying not to do 1/6, so I will.
Me too.
Yeah, but you bought these little lunch boxes that fit 1/6 figures. You need to.
No, I'm just gonna
What
borrow
are
your
those?
Ant-Man. I'm gonna borrow you.
What are those?
I don't even have any on my desk. Oh, I do. I got some. They're I don't know. I found them at a toy show, just
Oh, those are
randomly
sweet.
actually, and yeah, they're just little like tin lunch boxes that open up and have like an eraser style what you call it, thermos.
It's a thermos shaped eraser.
Oh man, it's so
Yeah.
cool.
They're just fun. I don't know.
It's perfect for 1/6.
It is perfect for 1/6.
Yeah.
Put your lunch in there. So,
Do you have any 1/6?
I don't.
Jay's
no.
hot?
Nope.
No.
I don't have
None?
any 1/6.
That's good.
I
know
have
you do, Matu.
I do. You could. There's a Scarlet Spider box right there. I got a bunch of Spider-Man.
You guys excited for anything that's coming out?
Thor, the Yamaguchi Thor that I'm supposed to be getting this week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that that custom you did of the Spidey. That thing is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
How did you get the soft goods off of that?
I removed the stitching in the back with an X-Acto knife when everybody was telling me I should have used a seam ripper. And like even J-Shot was like, "You should have used the seam ripper." I'm like,
I didn't say that at all. I don't even know what a seam ripper is. You were the seam ripper.
You messaged it in the chat, didn't you?
No, I think that was Chewy.
Oh, Chewy. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't
But
me.
yeah.
I don't know.
So then
it's a seam ripper.
I took it off. The whole purpose of this, because J-Shot gave me the Mezco, right? And I told him I'm just gonna rip off the suit and use it as a prop for toy photography, right? So that way, like Peter Parker could be holding his suit.
Yeah.
And I bought the amazing Yamaguchi 1.0 off of Cheney just for parts. So it's like two things that I just didn't mean to like actually keep intact. And I combined the two. And I was like, I could have either two mediocre Spider-Man figures or one really awesome Spider-Man figure.
Dude, that thing is awesome. You nailed it. The articulation is just crazy on that thing.
It's like the suit is actually strong enough that it like people are like, what about the joints? Aren't they too sharp? But the suit actually stretches over it.
Wow.
Right. And I even stitched up the back, which was tough.
Did you
did that
restitch
yourself?
It actually looks cleaner.
Yeah. I stitched it like how they did it, the ladder stitching. Like I actually went how they did on which side is it? It's this side that I followed the way that they did it, and then I was like, you know what, I could actually make it a little tighter. So it was
you actually stitched that while it was on the figure, obviously, right? You would have to do that.
Yeah.
You got to like do another one. Make one for me, and then put it on YouTube.
Send me the parts. Send me the parts.
I didn't realize until you kind of mentioned it earlier, but the putting the boots up on the arms.
Yes. So because even on the suit, on the Mezco suit, he has like the gloves, right?
Yeah.
But the gloves on the Mezco are too small to fit over. Right.
Got it.
And otherwise there would be no, you just see bare soft goods. But yeah, all the joints, you know, they work. And
what's up, Nose Rain? Nose Rain's in the chat.
Yeah. What's up, Richie? But yeah, this was thank you, J-Shot, for sending me the Mezco.
That thing's solid.
Yeah. I didn't even open it. I just like handed him the box in the shipper box. I was like, here. I totally bought this.
You missed the delivery too.
Yeah, I missed the delivery the first time. I totally bought that just for the FOMO of it, and then I was like, you're gonna enjoy this.
Want it. And, yeah. Waiting for Goblin.
Oh, for Mezco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Just
what
realized
about you?
I'm on Wi-Fi.
Shot.
I'm excited for the Donnie Lab that we got a little preview of yesterday or the other day from NECA, which is pretty cool to see. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot that I have coming, but I'm not really sure what's coming right now.
Mezco turtles.
Mezco turtles. I saw that some people are getting them
Ooh.
shipped already, or at least getting the
They're getting
purchase
charged.
number. Yeah, which is
Mhm.
dangerous. But I got mine through Entertainment Earth, so I feel like that's going to be a little while before those hit up. So
2025.
probably, which I'm okay with. You know, when a
What happens if
bill's
they hit
that
you up next
high,
week?
I'm in trouble. So I'm in
Okay.
a lot of trouble. So, but yeah, I don't know. I've actually, oddly enough, what I've been doing is just buying more gear to try to just better prepare myself. I'm tired of like rigging things and hoping things don't fall. So I've been
What kind
trying
of
to pick
gear are
up
you looking to get?
nothing crazy. Like I actually bought a C-stand the other day, and then I picked up an extra couple of arms for it. You know, just like things. I noticed that I can't like really get a light overhead
Mhm.
without, you know, like laying a small light stand like that. So I was just trying to give myself more options that I'm not going to knock over, because I'm so prone to knocking things over and getting frustrated and then having to walk away. So, you know, trying to
You should
set myself
consider
up for success.
you should consider some stop motion rigs, man. Those things are I
That's
use
what I
them
want.
for toy photography, and it's awesome.
I
Incredible.
actually have one. I bought it off of a whim, and I haven't used it yet. So
Oh, okay.
Wait, I
Is
thought you
this
used
a
it.
winder? Is it a winder rig?
it is
Or-
a winder. Yeah, I didn't use the winder. I used the smaller one for the piece I did last year. So,
Oh.
or
Nice.
2 years ago
Where
at this point.
where did you buy that?
I think I bought it off Amazon. Oddly enough.
Oh, okay. Because I
Yeah.
bought one from Amazon and I didn't like it. It was cheap.
Yeah, I know. And I ended up buying the bigger winder piece off of Amazon. So, speaking of Amazon, you got an Amazon storefront, which I actually thought was really cool. That you share all your kind of
Oh
gear.
yeah. I need to update that, man. I
You
got
know,
some new stuff, but yeah, I do.
I
Did
thought
you
this
is
was
it
pretty cool.
so did you order your stop motion rig from Amazon, or is it
No,
from
they did, but that is a company. But I don't think they're available on Amazon. But
is
since
it
yeah,
which one is it? Is it kinetic armature or something like that?
Cinespark. It's
Oh, you
those
got
ones on
Cinespark.
top. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And those are, I think, yeah, those ones that they show there aren't very good. But they've kind of updated their arms. Here, I have a
Mhm.
couple here. You guys can see that, but
Yeah, hang on. Let's give you the proper due here. There you go.
you can see that. I painted it
Yeah.
all black just because it's easier in post. I spray
Right.
painted it. But the way you kind of tighten these articulation points is a lot easier than before. So I would recommend these guys. You're investing like I think $200 to $300 for this,
Mhm.
but you can get the ones that just go up and down. These go up and down also. I don't know
And
if you guys can see that. And
side to side.
yeah, it
right?
has 2 axes. So
That's the one I want.
Axis, axi,
axes,
Yeah.
axes.
Axes. I don't know. But
Yeah, you should get it, man. They're really good. Because
Heard.
yeah, I've seen your stop motion, man. That's pretty good.
I just used armature wire for mine.
Really?
And like I used armature wire and like the little like the import stands.
Oh snap!
That was before I got like the 796 flight stands. But you can't really use flight stands for stop motion because you have to have that varying
give.
movement.
Yeah.
It's not really the give, it's just the ability to move it around.
Mhm.
Right. But yeah, I'll look into getting those the Cinespark ones.
Yeah, they're. I don't think it's a big sale, but I know that's like 10% off right now or something on their site.
On their
Spring sale.
website. Okay.
Mhm. They ship pretty quick too. Comes from China.
I'll have to get a bunch of them.
Yeah, man. See
but-
some stop motion from you.
The other thing I was gonna say with J-Shot is like the super like clamps, and
Yeah.
then like the whatchamacallit, the magic arms
Magic arms. Yeah.
for lights.
That might be my next stop. So
Yeah.
I,
So you can get a bunch of these.
Yeah.
I went crazy on Black Friday buying a bunch of them.
Thanks for sharing the store, by the way.
Yeah,
Appreciate
well,
that.
dude, the reason why I brought it up was I thought it was pretty cool, because I feel like sometimes we all talk about toys and how we do things, but gear isn't something we always chat about. So, the fact that you got, a pretty good breakdown too of what you're using and what you're, where to get it. I think it's pretty cool that you did that. And it helps out for people who are either just getting started or, I mean, here, like, is this the light that we were talking about earlier?
The GBM.
That is, yeah. That's one of them. That's my older light. I think that goes to like 150 watt. I need to put my new ones on there.
Yeah,
but
at the very least.
But yeah, I know like equipment's always a big question, so that's why I started this. I actually do want to do more YouTube content and talk about the process and specifically have segments on equipment, because when you get those questions, a lot of times you want to answer them. It's like, dude, it's like the same question over and over. I can just be like, check out my YouTube channel. It's got everything that you need there.
One thing, speaking of your YouTube channel, that I did notice while we were putting everything together, you're everywhere, right? Instagram, you got Amazon, you got your own merch link, YouTube, Twitter, Discord, Threads, TikTok. Is it hard? Is it hard to keep up with all that stuff? Do you feel a need to keep up with it all?
I mean, it's time. I don't think it's necessarily hard. It's just you have to take the time. I don't think I could be engaging on all the platforms. I choose to be engaging on Instagram because I think we just have a really awesome community of people, and that's kind of where I started. But like TikTok, if I post on TikTok and it does, like the video does well, I still really don't engage with the audience as much. Maybe like I usually give myself the first hour as far as engagement, and then I just kind of let it go after that. Unless I see a question that somebody has, and I'll go back and answer it. But yeah, Instagram is like my favorite and my go-to. And everything else, I just repurpose. So I don't really do extra work. It's just dedicating more time to posting and changing the caption a little bit. YouTube's a different game.
Yeah.
But actually, they're all a different game.
Like I make everything for for Instagram, but then I just post it for like, TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Like my process. That's how my process is. And also like how you said, I'll engage for like maybe an hour or two, and then just let it sit there. But if anybody has any questions, then I'll try to get back to them.
Try. Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't get to all of them, man. It's a lot of work.
What do you do with trolls though? You get any trolls?
I don't really get a lot. I mean, you get some negative comments there, but I just ignore them. There's no point of like giving that person your power. Even though sometimes like you want, like the first thing you want to do is like respond, but like nah, I'll just
let it go.
Let it go.
Right. Don't even say anything. There was one reel I had, which was like from one of my gaming. Just Richie.
Just Richie.
There was one reel I had, and somebody had said something, and I just pinned it. Like it got on my nerves a little bit. I pinned it, right, and I just let the community take care of it.
That's
and the best part is like he kept responding.
No way.
It brought that video back up in engagement. Just because he was trolling and everybody else was trolling him, and he kept going back and forth. And I'm like, thank you for giving me 1 million views on Instagram.
Yeah, that's awesome. I need to do that next time.
Just pin it and let the community handle it.
Yeah, that's the awesome thing about the communities. They got your back, man.
Yeah,
got your back.
That was the comment about the music, right? Is that what it was? The Spider-Man music?
No, they were like they were saying like how I used web assist, swing assist on the game when I took it off.
Oh.
He's like, you clearly use swing assist, and everybody's like, no, he didn't. And what does it matter? It's how you enjoy the game.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
Some people.
All right. I know we're a little bit over an hour here, but just running through a couple more questions, or anything
man.
that's coming up to you. What would you say is the biggest inspiration to your style?
Ooh, just one? I can only choose one?
No, you can do whatever you want. This isn't, I'm not a cop.
You're not? No.
People think I am, but no.
I would say comedy and like satire,
Okay.
as far as conceptual. But then there's sports too. So I would say it's usually inspired by some kind of like silliness and comedy. But then there's also nostalgia. There's a lot, man. Nostalgia, there's sports, and just comedy, man. I think those are the three top things that I gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys?
Turtles
for you, huh?
Yeah, turtles. I don't know. Is turtle a style? I'm not sure.
Oh, mine's always a mixed bag. It's whatever I feel like that week.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I feel like taking a shot, then I'll take a shot. If I feel like making a custom. So it's like it's tough.
I feel like actually, Matt, I've noticed with you, and this is not a bad thing, right? But it's usually like whatever you're currently watching or engaging with, right? Like that's
definitely
feeds into you. And for me, I think when it is turtles, right, it's usually trying to get it to match that look and feel, right? Whether it's if it's the cartoon, right, it's trying to be as clean as possible with that and match the cartoon look, or if it's the movies, it's being moody and dark, or if those kinds of things. So all right, Steve wants to know if I asked your question, and I did. So you're gonna have to go back and do the replay and get those numbers up for us. So check out Jax's answer. Don't answer now, Jax, because I'll make him more watch. We need replay value.
I do have a question for Jax though. Ever since you got into stop motion, do you find it harder to just settle on just one picture? Like if you have a concept of a photo, like does it ever
That's a good question.
Like, are you ever just like, oh man, I have an idea for a shot, but now I kind of want to make it in motion? Do you get that a lot?
I do, but they're so different. And like if I pull up my idea, because I put everything on Notepad, a lot of times are both in the stop motion and photography category.
We lost you for a second.
But as far as
we kind of like jumbled up a little bit.
I was gonna say, I list all my ideas on Notepad on my phone, and a lot of times those ideas are in both the stop motion and toy photography section. Do I have a preference? I still enjoy the photography side more.
Okay.
There's something about like being able to tell a story in one image.
Yeah.
To that is just, I don't know, it's fun. It's fun. But lately I've been doing a lot of like multi photo posts. And that's been fun too. Just kind of shooting multiple concepts within like the same subject. You know what I mean? That's been fun.
Steve had a question. How do you choose your primary clip to advertise the entire clip?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
Like, I guess the thumbnail clip that you use. How do you? Is there anything specific that goes into that?
Oh, you mean like the thumbnail for like the cover art for the post?
I think either for the post, and I think he's asking specifically for stop motion. Like, how do you, do you decide which clip you're going to either show on your story or, another piece of that to drive interest?
Yeah, I would like to. A lot of times I just shoot a separate shot for the thumbnail.
Mhm.
I know that's big on
Okay.
YouTube. So I'll shoot a shot that's separate from it. But it's usually related to the animation, so I'll pick a really cool pose out of that animation and then just shoot it. Or if I'm lazy, I'll pull something from the animation and then like glow it up in Photoshop.
Yeah, I've done that.
I feel like after a long stop motion, you've earned the right to be a little bit lazy. So
Right?
yeah. Agent Variant says he gets inspired by Crisis. Sounds weird, but I
Crisis.
like my heroes in danger and peril. I hope this makes sense and I don't sound nuts. I mean, just a little nuts, but I get
Just
it.
a little nuts.
Just
We're
a little
all a
bit.
little
But
nuts.
yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. You want to show what you call it there. What? Oh, sorry. You want to recreate that sense of danger. I think that creates an emotion when people look at it. I can understand that.
For sure.
So, and then Richie says, "Who is your basketball Mount Rushmore?" And you don't have to include him, so you get an extra. So you're okay.
Ooh. You got started with Kobe, number 1. How many do we got on Mount Rushmore? There's 4, right?
I think there's 4. Yeah.
4. Yeah. Kobe, Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Those are my 4.
Larry Bird. Okay.
Larry Bird.
All right. All right. What was that? Wasn't there a clip about Larry Bird that he was like the biggest trash talker
He
out
is.
there?
He's a big trash talker. That dude,
Kind of funny.
man. He is the most unathletic superstar ever, but he's a killer, man. He's a dog.
He got that
That
dog
dude
in
is
him.
a dog.
Good. Matt, jump in.
I have a no, because as you were saying about Mount Rushmore, I remember seeing this post.
That's right. Those guys, they're so good with their humor. I
Yeah.
love the
Oh.
Lincoln eyes. That's good.
Behind the plastic.
Behind the that was such a fun, guys. Check out that episode,
Yeah.
by the way. Shout out to
Definitely
Behind
check
the
it out.
Plastic. Those guys are fun. Good times.
They do a lot with 12 minutes. It's pretty good. So.
They do. It's different. I love it.
Depending on the scenario, 12 minutes is a long time. I'm talking about stop motion.
Stop motion's really long. 12 minutes is really long.
That's an
4 or 5
eternity.
months there. Yeah. So
This was about to turn really dark for a moment, but I'm glad you redeemed yourself.
all right, I'm glad Steve joined. He's just banging out these questions now. What product had you thought isn't your lane, but you found yourself enjoying the challenge? I know you talked about the Moose Toys one that wasn't really it. Is there anything more recent though?
Let's look. It was definitely that Treasure X one is definitely not my lane. The TMNT one, the property is in my lane, but the type of figure, I don't think you can call them figures. They're like little kid toys, a Kato. So I did. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah,
that was super challenging.
My son actually loves them. He's
if I was a little boy,
figures.
yeah.
He runs around yelling "Split Strike" and just kind of tries to cut you in half. So
when they sent me those, I'm like, how the hell am I going to bring these to life? But I think I did decent
I think
enough.
I think you did a pretty good job there. Yeah, I think you made it work.
Shout out to Oilers again for that diorama.
This episode might be sponsored by Oiler at this point, I think.
I know. Earthlings and Oilers Workshop. Please visit them at www.
Use code B2S for absolutely nothing. So, speaking of
Dioramas.
I don't even know dioramas and diorama accessories. It is a Go Figure Go saying, "Yo, what up?
What up?"
He's also getting into stop motion.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
He's got a whole a separate Instagram account dedicated to stop motion. So.
Well, let's pull it up, guys.
There you go. Let me see if I can effort that. Macho, you want to jump in with a question here? Or?
You want me to pull it up or?
No, I'll pull it up. Yeah.
Okay. Is in your lane. Byproduct, I mean stop motion or toy products. Did we tackled that one already?
Yep,
We did.
that was the one we
Yeah.
just did.
That was the Akato one.
But yeah, I think we got all the questions.
Good enough. You stalled good enough, long enough for me. So yeah, go figure. Go. It's go figure. Go. SMS is he's just starting to
Oh, nice.
get into doing some stop motion work here. So yeah, little wave,
Sweet.
little movement, little floating
Dude.
hoverboard. Can't beat that.
That's fun. That's
Can't
fun.
beat that. So
Um,
I like the camera movement on this one.
yeah, that's something I need to incorporate, and something I need to learn is camera movement, because everything that I've done so far in my videos have been done in post. So I need to work on camera movement.
I had an animation class in college, and it was actually like 2D animation, but like for one of my projects I decided to do stop motion, and I had knocked over everything like in mid process, and I was like, oh, there goes all that work. So then I was like, how could I fix it? And I was like, wait a second. That's when I discovered
Change
the camera, change the angle. It's a different camera angle. It's a different cut. Don't have to have everything back in line.
It's very true. That's why you got to shoot your plate first.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
If you're using supports, which I forget to do at times, but I want to give a shout out to I don't know if you guys follow Justin Rosh.
Yes.
So he's like, yeah.
He's a big animator too.
He's badass.
You want me to pull that up, J-Shot?
I'm ready. Yeah, if you got it, go. Good.
I am. He's teaching me some stuff right now. He's doing some mentoring, and I'm learning from one of the best. So excited. Actually, jumping on with him right after this stream.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
double streaming.
Yeah, man.
It's 2 streams.
We're not gonna be streaming. He's gonna be teaching.
Oh. Send us a link. We'll jump on. While you're pulling that up, Steve does ask, what is your preference? I guess how would you prioritize articulation, the property, or clothing? What was your preference on those pieces? Like, is articulation more important than what the property or sculpt is? Is it clothing? What do you look for? What's your favorite, or what do you need to look for? I
mean, if they have, I don't know if I have a preference. I mean, you know, if it's stop motion, definitely you're looking for articulation. But I feel like you just got to have it all, man. You have to have a nice head sculpt, good paint job. I don't really care if there's like soft goods or not, as long as it looks good in camera. Yeah, I don't really have a preference, but the more articulation, the better, for sure.
Yeah. Oh. I've Justin. I always think of Justin's work. I didn't realize that's who you were talking about. I can never remember names and faces. But I always think of Justin's work because he does the videos himself, right? Where he does to make the reference video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always cool to see that.
So good.
Yeah, his work is nuts.
This is like 2 frames per second. How smooth that is. Incredible.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you, like, what's the frame rate that you usually animate at?
24.
24. Okay, that's a wow.
I tried 30, and I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do 30.
Do you animate on 2s, or you do it single frames?
Single, yeah. I know I'm going to start learning 2s with this class I'm doing with him, which is going to help out. But yeah, I didn't even know that existed, like shooting on the 2s. I didn't even know what that was. I always just thought it's 24 frames per second, so every frame is different.
Right. You can animate on 2s, and you can also animate on 3s. Like so, it
Wow,
looks a little more
3s too.
choppy. Yeah.
Looks choppy, yeah. But it has like because he talked about that in class, and he talked about certain animators that shot in 2s, and I was like, damn, that looks still really good. So, and it has like a specific feel to it. Like I don't even know how to put it into words, but yeah, it looks cool.
So the Black Panther stop motion that I did, I animated that on 2s. But it's just like it's such a broad movement that you really don't even notice that it's that amount of frames, right? Like I don't have to put it in that many poses.
Was it
So,
like
like,
was it like fast movement?
It's a fast movement, and also the hardest part was like I used the Yamaguchi figures and I had to keep taking them off the stand. So I kept taking them off the stand, posing them, and then putting them back on the stand, and then realigning it with the previous frame.
Oh, so you were So you were plating each frame? Is that what you're doing?
I was going on 2s though.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me
Interesting.
bring that up.
And how long was that? That was a pretty long video, right?
The whole process took me 7.5 hours with the stand removal.
How long was the video though? Like the actual footage? Was that like
it was like 3 seconds, and I just looped it.
Oh, okay.
It was quick.
For some reason I thought it was longer.
Everybody thinks so, but I looped it. So
that's because everybody sits there watching it a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was a good video.
I looped it and then I slowed it down on one of the loops.
Jax, do you have a favorite stop motion animation movie or show that you pull a lot of inspiration from?
Not really. I don't. I was trying to think of something. Do I? I don't.
No
I just
Nightmare Before Christmas. No Wallace and Gromit. Or I guess that's claymation, really.
Yeah. Well, no. Nightmare Before Christmas was stop motion. That was awesome.
Yeah, I said. Well, I was saying Wallace and Gromit. That's claymation.
Okay. Yeah. I saw Pinocchio a few months ago when it released, and that thing was incredible. Just seeing how they animated that, and seeing the behind the scenes. I was more intrigued with the behind the scenes 30-minute video, but yeah, that was. I think he said it was like 12 years in the making. I'm like, jeez, it's great. And Justin worked on that film too.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing something like behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, like I even added the smoke effects in After Effects.
Oh, okay. Is the video up right now? Because I can't see it.
Oh, hold on. Let me remove that and then put it back on stage.
Let's see. I was thinking, did you see Kubo and the Two Strings?
I haven't.
Oh, that one was for a recent, like one of those like hybrids where it's like stop motion and digital backgrounds and piece. I was pretty impressed with it.
Oh, okay.
It blends seamlessly.
Who made that? Is that a Pixar film or?
No, I don't think it was Pixar. Let me see.
Oh man, that is freaking clean. So did you the supports you had on Black Panther, did you remove that in post?
I removed them in After Effects.
Okay. Oh, was this actual camera movement or was that all done in post too?
It was all done in post, like the whole panning.
Okay.
Because I just shot it wide.
You just had it like on a tripod and that was one angle. Okay.
Yep. Because there's no real like parallaxing effect there. Because if it was sliding, you'd see like the parallaxing effect
right
in the background and the foreground.
Right.
Thank you, Noseman. Yep.
Oh, it was like
a student. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like
that's good.
Adding the effects like the smoke helped sell the movement too.
And the audio, you sound mixed it really well too.
Yeah, I took the sound clip.
Did you do like actual sound effects like?
No, I took the clip from Civil War and I
Okay.
put it over that because I used
Nice.
that as a reference.
Oh, gotcha. I think you should do your own like voice acting for the next one.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
What is the next one, Machu? What is the next one going to be?
I don't know. This was a challenge from you.
Yes. Yo, I know. No. I know, Macho, I know I shared this with you. Steve Morrow brings this up. You guys see the paper stop motion? Jax, have you seen this? Gruff.
Gruff.
Yeah, he spent let me pull that up.
Oh, is that Instagram account that you keep?
Yeah,
sending
it's
me?
really cool. Paper stop motion. It's really cool. He does it with all with paper, and just the way that he moves it. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so simple but not easy. I don't think I can actually share
I don't know if it's so
YouTube video.
simple. It's just very
Well,
clean.
concept it's simple. I mean, concept wise, right? Like move the, cut the eyes out and then move the lids to make it blink. It's one of those things where it's like,
wow.
yeah, like, oh duh, let's see if I can find it.
Oh, do you ever destroy your figures like with drilling into the back so that way you can put them on the stands?
I try to avoid drilling, but that's usually the only way I gotta go, man. Especially if they're jumping. If they're jumping, then it's definitely, unless it's a super light figure, I can get away with like a double-sided, like strong double-sided tape. But yeah, it's usually I drill that thing. Even my nice as I was drilling my rookie Michael Jordan Enter Bay, I was like, damn, what am I doing right now? And it's not even stop motion. It was doing it for photography. I'm like, you can't see it anyway. You got like a jersey, covering it up. So it's not like I'm drilling through the soft goods,
Yeah.
Can I?
Well, that was partially
Sorry.
why I didn't want to sew this back up, was because the Yamaguchi has a hole in the back.
Oh, right.
So I could actually use that. If I wanted to use this for stop motion, I can use that port and then just like keep the back open.
You can still do it, man.
Yeah, I could take a
little
seam
hole.
out. Yeah. Well,
Punch a little hole.
It's right where the spider logo is, though. That's the thing that kills me.
This is all paper.
Here's the official. Here's the official teaser. This one actually play better. I don't know if I can play the audio. But yeah, this is all paper. It took him 3 years.
We're all judging your recommended.
Yeah, I figured as much. It's fine.
It's all the same.
Look at that. Yeah.
For us.
Dang.
Right?
But it's also the lighting too on this.
Yeah.
The perspectives, the camera angles. It's like brilliant. That lighting is awesome.
The textures.
Yeah.
Textures. Gruff. So this is going to be a full feature length film?
I don't know if it's a feature. I think it's a short.
It's a short.
We go back to the. I'm gonna scan through the other ones. So
it's a short film.
Yeah. So here, look, like here, like this shows you a little bit how he does the movements.
Steve Morrow says he spent 3 years creating Gruff. I think
3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, but we also spent 3 years waiting for some figures.
Right. So we understand his pain, is what you're saying.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So, can relate.
Yeah.
To that.
See that was the thing.
Cool.
The blinking. I don't. I just think that's so cool. Look.
Oh,
and
man.
He talks about it on one of his Instagram posts. He like rigs it with a spring, so it gives a little pushback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's.
I gotta check him out.
Righteous
That's
Robot
amazing.
is
Righteous
his
Robot.
Studio. Yeah.
Paper
Mario on steroids is what Yoko says. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, all right. I know you said you got to get to a class tonight, and we're over our allotted time. What's coming up next for you, man? What besides just killing it with more companies and brands and your own stuff, where You gonna be at any cons? You know, any meetups? You doing a Frankenstein's run? What are you doing?
I think the closest thing is Comic-Con in July. That's gonna be the closest thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's Comic-Con in July, and Machi, you gonna head to ZoloCon this week? Yeah, we'll be at Comic-Con this week. Yep.
It'll be a
We're going.
Comic-Con.
We have tickets this time, so
Yeah,
you
we don't have
do?
to sneak in.
yeah. Yeah.
Did you have to sneak in last time?
Oh yeah, yeah. We went with no
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. That's impressive.
ZoloCon, I'm not sure yet. I thought
Okay.
like we were trying to figure that out, but
yeah, I was trying,
Okay.
and then I got
Gotcha.
yelled at. So, but
What is ZoloCon? What is that?
it's in Pennsylvania, right? Team
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
yeah,
Is that
it's
just
like-
like toys and collectibles and stuff?
I think it's mostly collectibles.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Like
lot of
more-
vintage stuff. It's a cool space though, and
Yeah.
it's a cool space. And Four Horsemen are always usually there with some kind of release or exclusive.
Nice.
So, but it's pretty cool. It's like a 3-day thing. But yeah. So all right. Well, just see if
Right
you're
on,
at
brothers.
ZoloCon. Look for Machu. Jax, man, it was so good to hang with you, DesignerCon. It's so great to have you on tonight. Seriously,
Likewise, likewise.
can't thank you enough. Keep doing awesome shit, dude. So we can keep talking about it. So
Thanks,
and,
fellas. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
yeah.
Really
Always,
grateful.
you're welcome back. You're welcome back anytime. And this way, when Richie's on, you can come back and heckle him too. So we'll make it even.
Yeah.
I will do.
But if you're watching live with us or on the replay, we appreciate you so much, and catch you next week. So, Machu, roll that outro.